Welcome to Crawford High, where the Colts will have their first night game on campus in school history as they unveil their new stadium. It took about 3.5 years to get built, but it's finally here. The bigwigs, VIPs from all over the county, will be gathering here to take credit as they celebrate the opening of the new stable. In the meantime, we should mention Carlos Metzqua will be from Good Morning San Diego, will be part of the alumni coming through the tunnel. We hope to have him on joining us in the 6 o'clock hour. But right now, Coach, why don't you introduce our special guest, Crawford Colt two-way starter.
Middle linebacker Jaden Sanders. Jaden, you're a senior. Can you tell us about your team slogan, one for all and all for one?
It's all for one for all. Sorry, but
We stand corrected.
All right.
It's simple. We just all play for each other. Once we all do our individual job and come together as a team, good things happen.
Young man, can you talk a little about, you guys you've been playing here, how many years have you been playing tackle football?
This is my 4th year.
You've been playing tackle football 4 years for Crawford and never have enjoyed a home game. Please explain the significance of what this moment means to you.
It means a lot. I mean, before this field, we would practice across the street at our middle school's field, and every time we had a home game, we played either at Lincoln or Hoover, and it's just not the same. No attendance comes, and to be under the lights is amazing. It's a new great beginning for high school, or for Crawford High School.
All right, well, young man, I know you have some warm-ups to get to. We appreciate. We look forward to watching a good football game here. Okay,
thank you.
Crawford and Crawford and Coronado, your PPR game of the week. But there's a lot more going on right now. We send it up north where Rick Willis is standing by.
Yeah, that's right. The Tri-City Medical North County Game of the Week featuring 2 Avocado League teams as San Marcos hosts La Costa Canyon. Interesting note that happened this week. La Costa Canyon was 6-1, and then suddenly they were 5-2. The reason why, they had an ineligible player play in the 50-13 win over Mount Carmel because of a clerical error. Somebody forgot to turn in paperwork, so they self-reported and ended up losing him. But I did find out that it's not going to affect them in the rankings because CalPrep, who does the rankings now for CIF, when they decide on who gets what, 1 through 8, and et cetera, well, they don't really count that forfeit. It just says forfeit. So that's just a little fun fact for you. Coming up at about 6:20, we have Josh Borns, a 3-way player. He punts, he's a running back, and he's a linebacker. And he'll be live with me. Until then, how about Matt Gilson? Why don't you entertain us?
All right, thank you very much, Rick. We're out here just down the street from Christian High School at Granite Hills as the Lincoln Hornets come to take on the Patriots. Now, these two schools are in the Eastern League. They've been playing together in that league, but last year they had an especially big matchup. My intrepid cameraman Scott Nunez and I were here for that one as they met in the D3 semifinals, and Christian got out to a lead. Lincoln made a big comeback, almost made it all the way back, ended up as a 1-point win for Christian as they moved on to the finals. I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that matchup last year is going to be on the minds of both of these sides. Lincoln has had a year to think about that one, and going down to Christian last year, and I'm sure they are going to be fired up for a chance at the Patriots, and the Christian is going to be ready for that too. So a lot on the line for both of these teams. The winner is likely going to win the Eastern League title as well. We'll have a lot more coming up right now. Let's go to Allison Edmonds.
Thank you so much, Matt. I'm out here at Helix High School where the pep rally took place this morning, and now the Highlanders are getting ready to take on the West Hills Wolfpack in their homecoming game tonight. But right now I am joined by head coach of Helix, Robbie Owens. Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. Appreciate it.
So being a top-ranked team, getting so much attention and spotlight on your team, how do you keep your team humble and grounded?
Well, I think that's just part of being at Helix. The expectation level is very high each and every year. And, we try to explain to the kids, we represent more than ourselves. We're trying to represent that Helix tradition, and it doesn't matter who we're playing. It doesn't matter what jersey they put on. We got to go out there and we got to get better, and we have some goals we want to accomplish, and this is just another step in the process.
And this West Hills team, the game tonight, what are some of the things they do well that might be a challenge for your team?
Well, I think Coach Ash has done a great job of, getting their guys and getting some wins this year, and what they do offensively is different than what other teams do, and, they do some things on defense that'll cause you some problems, and so, he's just doing a lot with those guys and getting them to believe in this program. And, I think it's going to be a really good game tonight.
And it being the pep rally this morning, homecoming tonight, how do you keep your team focused on the game at hand with all this excitement?
There's always this distraction when it comes to homecoming and, guys asking girls to dance and all those things. But, we always tell them once we go in between the lines, whether it's practice or a game, we just got to concentrate and be focused on Helix football. And the guys have done that. We've done a great job, since our early loss in the year. The guys have came ready to go each and every week.
All right, well, thank you so much, Coach, and have fun out there tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
John Soderman, I'll send it down to you in the South Bay.
Well done, Allison. We're here at Chula Vista High School. The Chula Vista Spartans, 4-3, taking on the Hilltop Lancers, who come here with a record of 3-4. This is another storied South Bay rivalry. It's called the Hilltop Chula Vista Kiwanis Bowl. It dates back many, many years, and there's a big trophy on the side of the field that will be awarded to the winning team. It's homecoming here tonight at Chula Vista, and it's going to be a great night for football, and football's definitely in the air as it's begun to cool down a little bit. All right, Madison Sinclair, how you doing?
All right, thanks, John. Well, I'm out here at University City for the Small School Game of the Week. They're hosting Hoover Cardinals. Actually, the national anthem is about to start because this game is at 6 o'clock, so I'm just going to send it back to you, Paul, and we'll hear more from the Hoover Cardinals later.
Way to handle it, Maddie. We appreciate that. We'll come back in just a little bit. Hey, folks, it takes an army to put this show on the air. We'll be at 33 games tonight. That means 33 crews are scouring the county to bring you not only the best highlights, but also the most interesting sidebar stories that are going on at each one of their games. We call them hogcasts. Basically, they're 2-3-minute vignettes about some of the things that you might not know about, maybe even your own school. Like, for instance, this was Jimmy Howells from last week. It was uploaded to KUSI.com. He did a thing on the Hoover Teacher Appreciation Night. Take a listen.
Hey PPR fans, this is Jimmy Howell here with the KUSI Prep Pigskin Report. I am here with Christina Morse. We are at Hoover High School, and we have the Staff Appreciation Week.
We're just showing support and appreciation for our staff here at Hoover. We have a football game starting at 6:30, and we're just barbecuing it up for the staff and students.
Making sure everyone gets fed before a big game tonight.
We kind of create opportunities for them. We have leadership, we have cooking club, we have all sorts of clubs here, and students can always start their own club too, which is pretty cool.
All right. Meanwhile, switching gears ever so slightly, San Jose State Aztecs 7.5-point favorites to beat Fresno State Saturday at the Cred. And in the process, retain the coveted oil can. Tuesday, Rocky Long discussed the need to make a statement following that heartbreaking loss to Boise State.
We're going to get a very confident team coming in here because of they've won the last three, and last week they won 38-0, which was their second shutout of the season, and held a team that rushes for almost 400 yards a game to about 100 yards in that game. So they're coming in with a lot of confidence and a lot of energy, and they'll be very positive. It's going to be a heck of a football game, I think.
And other football note, the Raiders and Chiefs game was as exciting as it gets, especially on a Thursday night, and still the ratings were down 5% from the week prior, and down 10% from 2 weeks prior, and down 13% from actually they were up 5% from a week ago. So in all, NFL ratings are down in 2017 by 8%. That's across the board, considering all their outlets. They're down from 2016 and down from 2016 was down from 2015. So the arrow is pointing in the wrong direction as it relates to NFL TV ratings. And the even worse story is attendance. Game attendance is down 18%. There's 18% fewer fans going to NFL games, a trend that NFL ownership and TV networks would certainly like to change. All right, nothing wrong about the attendance here at Crawford High, as we expect a lot of bigwigs. We're keeping our eye out for Carlos the Quote. We'll see if he'll join us shortly after he runs out with the alumni, the class of 57, 58, I can't remember. We'll find out in just a bit. Right now, the KUSI News at 6 p.m. starts.